bena parade Banjul. Like I always said, Marjane is always a messenger. If you wish, you can still deny a lot of information, but now happened they can have a go. Marjane and follow, and then it was too late. Adult opposition political parties show in Baltolema. But Janimbo Keradrom, Jaliba Keralani University, Jaliba Keralani Traco, the content of this track, all a way, it is even more than an ordinary individual like Mark Jane can imagine. Jaliba is a great soul. Janimbo Keradrom, and under 1 minute. Yamaro la muslani kunjaro la siloti yate matarno. Ngena mtonati. Mantulu kanyandi. Jowo jong bena sumanda. Bena sumanda walam. Johnson the momenta balanda. I don't remember for the balanda. Dokule bema. I love this track. Jalewala in Traco. By the way, welcome to the tonight midnight show. Na the midnight show mbe kole bonila en yodono. Nali I remember no. Right after the supplementary, during the supplementary registration of Konoko, the Shulani Kunjaro Fintana na Faleko, the IEC, ye deliberately massing on the President Barrow Barinde on a member of Amadu Sane to do the registration. And then the Musa Drame of the current local government, is it local government minister or whatsoever? I don't know what minister. I don't remember the ministerial post. Was also got a similar registration, voter registration machine may conduct nationwide. And after the supplementary registration, Sulani Kunjaro spoke to the public about the reason why the IEC deliberately decided to delay the publication of the supplementary registration of Meyaranka concluded just recently. And then this Sulani Kunjaro spokes alternate video I know Gambia Info is one of the guy Meyaranka video in public you will see everything. And then Sulani Kunjaro also spoke about the reason why the delay in Nada IEC was trying to tamper some of the illegible or the data prukanye ila fake list onyintaka inside to the IEC list. Meyarango they still worried that political party like UDP got the list from the polling stations. Being I'm on a topic of all the media houses. So Sulani Kunjaro is ahead of all the information. So tonight on midnight, so I will be able to elaborate more. What is the reason and what is the motive behind these deliberately omissions from the list? And then Mundali Lebakoma, what will be the final decisions? Sulani Kunjaro will elaborate la opposition political party so to get ready for that. Let me elaborate more. This is Sulani Kunjaro. Don't joke with his information. So, Tonight, midnight solar headlines, but I'm going to follow Hitali Domandimba. The recent omissions of the IEC, the omission of the names from the recent supplementary, voters registration was deliberately done by IEC and other surroundings. Number one, ila tactics mbafrale. Number two, ila tactics mbafrale. Number three, the motive behind this deliberate omission mbafrale in details. Keba mali bojang abe arama barola blacklist to the kono mbafrale elaborate lale more. Dalil jumalatina Keba Mali, another movement, and Lamin J. Dabo became NPP targets. But Keba is the major target for MPP at the moment. And the Chief Justice, the newly Chief Justice, Mealonko, it was recommended by Undanyang, the Alcalo, Mealonko be Latrikunda, is it Latrikunda German or Latrikunda whatsoever, Dingola Munyende, the man based on constitutional Mendi Gambia Dingola. The man is not eligible to have or to be appointed as Chief Justice. But Arawala Mazakundaya did intentionally for a purpose. Meje elaborate la ledomane. Slane Kunyalo is ahead of people. The Mama Jabbi. The reason why Mama Jabbi is deliberately going after our Islamic leaders and the opposition political parties leaders like Honorable Lawyer Dabo, Jumal Bakoma, the Arambaro immediate family, Fatoumata Baro, another sister, Walla Bakoma. Bakoma Dalil Jumala. I will be able to elaborate on that tonight at midnight. So, guy, jala respect Emma outside there. So, as we speak, Adama Baronala IEC Dalilo Meatin. The recent conclude, supplementary registration board. Munat ne yamul tool target deliberately ya delete. Nga fallen in the previous revelation on Yenko. Arambaronala criminal people. Yela on list also to me along co. Non-existent commencement 2021. You have to respect the Islamic Kunjaro and work on his guidelines. You will be succeeded in God willing. The Arabara Mafia list or the Massimo Sedominianco, they deliberately registered the people Menianco. They are not even exist in that country. Not only the foreign registers, but in non-existent human beings Menianco registering. It can literally prepare, and this data been propelled with the IEC. Mialanko iba coordination like Mialanko ni Santano ni if they were able to inside all those lists and every non-existent polling station of Binakila during the presidential election, all these results memorable now non-polling station and in IEC data mentioned it is going to be the same. The actual Gambian Mialanka registered, a real citizen Mialanka registered in 2021, it is less than 700,000. The non-existent Gambian Mialanka so-called Arawaral Mansakunda will register. Will a Gambian vote in Fudaneto? Is it 900 and something thousand? I don't know. Almost in millions. The tactics failed. Some data got lost. but it will replace no lanyadi. The number of youth may travel to abroad. The people many like the confirmed date at the RVTH, the date and record or the whatsoever services in the Gambia. A number of the key mafias, they were able to make a thorough investigation pertaining to those eligible voters from 2021 list. And the majority of those been confirmed Kajiko dolbi je bankole bula, but dolbi je wole fatale. Wala vote nyimyanda replace nona nyadile. This non-existent Gambian registered many documents on you prepare. Yole deda ya put in place. But thanks to the United Democracy Party, like agents across the nationwide, they did a tremendous job. Never more valid again about Hitler. Never more valid about Hitler. Alan, Shannon Kunjaroko information on it accordingly. You know. Accordingly. Now for Jason Gorima. Nesanga Kopujama Bale win for the Champion League order, you know. So your data solutions during the supplementary registration of the minister Drame, ala on Masino, so that team on the they did a tremendous job to register in huge number of non-existent government many years ago. For them, in the IEC, like criminal activities, or the data you may provide will be able to reflect 2026 presidential election on Ingono. But since the UDP did a tremendous job and some other opposition political parties during the registrations, they were unable to succeed a huge number. They did a tremendous job also to register non-Gambians and in fact non-existent Gambians. IEC la data. But a man succeed damentola those non-existent human beings registered at Masimobe Adamabaro Barindamabulu. Me alako ya use your multi registration and Musa Drame. Will list on me alako IEC bulu for a period of a month. They were unable to insert those lists in the IEC data in Kono. But what happened when I went to go? They deliberately delete a huge from the previous information on UDP the stronghold should be Dawda or the opposition political parties on the strongholds. IEC will deliberately delete their data in that system. Altern the previous information on Konojibe, the Gambia info, Al-Bajilako, each and everything that is happening today, you opposition are complaining. So let me elaborate now. I will elaborate. It's a wulo kombara la nyinkoyo. La nyinkoyo was support, you know. So they did, of course, NPP are able to insert a lot of non-existent voters in the current list. But the huge number of the amount is Surata men, especially the opposition on last stronghold should be them and go back and recheck the list provided. So I is deliberately yake dalilo men silankana wala fale. Number one, yake deliberately puru yin confusion on albako na sandeng ubekila diam jama ballet puru opposition political parties so let time on you west to concentrate. Puru concentrate no la revising court kanyame. But now yoke dalilo men kame olone. Since the opposition political parties will be complaining about the missing data from the IEC, now IEC by another press conference in a bondila, a press release la bondila. Kajeko, there are some technical error, but they are going to work on that technical errors because there are some data missing at social polling station or regional across the countries. IEC will be trying to sort out those problems. New press release in coming days. Bring some delays. The opposition political parties should kind of focus the kunundi amata menawale ila revising code. They did this deliberately to buy time, to make sure that the opposition political parties should focus on the missing data from the registration centers also. Many are on Aketa. But I tell you, with the purpose, Katandiko, ni will be concentrating in Gang. IEC will release another press release. There are some missing data information which IEC is working on to sort out those problems. But at later part, what will gonna happen? Neo press release in Bondi la taba kalabantea nila tapali yalike mana succeed no evina monekela. No, I don't know these people are criminal. I don't opposition political party. You either take this or not, it's left to you. I'm not looking for any presidency until 2031. NSGWP will be registered in Ghana, but I don't opposition political party is seeking for a leadership. I don't know that this coming election is a do or die. Adam Barrow, this is a clear warning. I'm going to tell you the opposition. Alea Talimata is at Taliblo. To vote out Adam Barrow from State House this coming election, number one, Menketa Guinea-Bissau, Adam Barrow will prefer that one to happen in the Gambia than opposition ya busha in the ballot box. Adam Barrow a boyni election, but the good thing is Adam Barrow was unable to have the Gambian militaries because I belittle, I adore. Recently in Silang, because of election on Yeminakega, I had tried some section of the army in Billwood through Sidinjai, Purukajiko in case Hitler during the shortly before the presidential election on Yemekila. So Nikunyaro will work on that amicably. Prukanakal inform. The other overall Masakunda deliberately to call the attention of the opposition political party to concentrate on those missing data from the list of the supplementary vote. Yake dalilo menkama wala nyindiko. Okay. Yake dalilo menkama wala nyindiko. Ni IEC delays in Nati with the so-called of they are working on the missing data from the major centers. Many okay, data should delete, especially opposition political parties should a stronghold. Ibina monekela. Ibina, and then if the opposition political parties should intend to go for revising code, Ibina monekela, since those data are still missing, IEC bina deliberately information on the public like Katandiko. They were unable to resolve some of those mistakes or data error may occur due to masingola malfunctioning, but and therefore everybody here Gambian only either as long as you have the valid voters card, you are eligible to vote because IEC is the only institution who got that power. This is the final conclusion with Adam Baronara Mafia meeting. Okay, Kajako did after deliberately, omitting all these names from the list. They will deliberately make a press release cut and the public like what they are working on to solve this problem, but the problem will never solve. Forget about it. And then the revising code, since they were unable to solve those problems a quarter during this deliberation deliberately to delete the names of the registered Gambian voters from the list. Another press release will follow shortly before or after the revising court, katandi Gambia dingol lako, anybody yalonko, based on the technical error, the IEC mentioned the system on kono. Ibina press release le bonda kaje ko everybody yalonko ye valid registration on your soto and the voters card bulu, you are eligible to vote in the Gambia. This is the final conclusion in Adam Barola Mafia le mezo de kaje ko IEC is an independent body. Proko press release nyinta, and there's no opposition or political parties or any of government institution mental statement on your bino. We've talked about the revising code, the strategies you may use for that, but we can still repeat it. Revising code la duration I nimbanyina this landing conjure information on phone is less than 10 days. It's a maximum of 10 days. Your strategy meloni for revising code like every opposition political party solely along code is suspect that there are non-Gambian men registered and they have the detail of that individuals. The IEC will produce a form. All the opposition political parties will go to Sana. Ya feel o individual or many details solely be kela kono. Iba be indicate la jela la data yin kono. Iba bola details will be enter or form on about including all addresses. And these are the forms me along be submit to the revising court. So the court will determine whether they have the number of means or mobility or staff to verify the location of that individual at the compoundment or so whatsoever. Gambia don't name any street name yes so compounder names. So at the end of the day, the court bina money identifier what I call it. This is not tangible. It's a model tanane. They deliberately, the IEC will deliberately yemenke wala nyendiko. And the second part in the front of that, remember the next strategy yet. Then most likely those verification of mealanko the opposition political parties will bat $10. Even the duration doesn't even favor the government or the High Court or the Supreme Court rather, or the IEC to do the verification, including the opposition political party. Katao morning identify they are non-Gambians or evidence in a tender Supreme Court during the revising court. So the final decision of the majority of the opposition political parties evidently maintain that these are non-Gambians will be invalid. This is a clear testament of the criminals. And then again, the another strategy is the IEC deliberately deleting most of the opposition parties on a stronghold area ni omission on get damendo. Wala nyindiko. Adamo barola mansakuna jikita dauda lako. Adamo barola MPP yemuna stronghold. Altali o listo be find out is all intact. Maybe additional registration on the keta jeme alanko. Yela in criminal information on Yemeni Alanko Yata Yabe inside would so the Gambians, the opposition political parties, Sulanin Kunjaro Menfala will go. Al the 2021 presidential election on Albita the URR, for instance, Albe moto lelone, albe individual lebonela, albe staff solil tombon, kabula moto lenin konakata, registration center sold, numbers of published damanda, aliye 2021 presidential election result, the voters registration numbers. Aliye ta to URR law area MPP la stronghold to la aliya tally with the newly registered published, with the list may not published by the IEC. Aliya compare there are so many irregularities that happened again. The number of registered votes in the URR recently is even more than 2021 menkeda. I almost let's say 2021 the number of votes may register in URR is 100,000 votes. Recently, Mayor got registered of Lada Sunday near 30 with the 2021 pro, it is almost 150,000. So they deliberately did these strategies. Kila non-registration on Yintaka in certain NPP la stronghold area. So what happened to the opposition political party la stronghold? They did another strategy. Me alonko. The more many alonko registered. For instance, more many alonko registered the Bundum Bohol, my hood, and they believe these are the UDP or opposition political parties or la stronghold mode. Or lab polling station because more registered out there. You love voters card, but you love polling station over them, and you know where to vote. Yemuneke. You all data solely fanatally mix. For instance, ni register the Bundum Bohol. You better address so in the current list me along a populista. You better name him Bundela Gidea 5 maybe, around Bundun Jola Kunda. Wala Bundum Morotani. Wala Bundun 6 Johnson. But Dulado Lubige, wala name sol fong. Dola name sol min fong tampale me alonko. At a tarot, you know, you move from Mumebe, Bedola number in the better appeal in Talindene. These are all the strategies you made. So, those of you, many you are eligible to vote in the Gambia, love voters card, Balbulo, registration on Balbulo, and they are named publicly. Alter every registration center from now on to confirm a layer name in GB, Alienta Carte Files polling station Jumalato. I am giving you all this in fact. I told me voters cards Bible, and you intend to vote. Nyamali information on the Sulanin Kunjarok Mamem Falia. Go and confirm your polling your name on the list, and then the same list me along ka fintita. Yajibe la polling station of Terramento, Letanyanta vote la damento. Albe Muran Jana Koteke, your tongue this Sulanin Kunjaro Kajako. This is the information me along Sulanin Kunjaro ya delivered on the midnight. So na name so maje registered damento. Wale niela name so jivina alan na be file another police station or me along in the man vote would lat in front. So we can deliberately during the voting process in voting in the conduct la. Ibala needed to have another polling station auto. Yalonko Gambia Kola Yabijele. Muskibana killing at the Kate for the Bundum Boholoto. Yato Yinibe Kate Toti Yang. Maybe bita Jola Kunda. Atala Jola Kunda, Amatro Jodlato. Ikano Etobe Findla maybe Bundum Murutanene. So yo Kebaring Jibe, Wallo Muskebaring Jibe, Bataring. And I've been in Tanin Namen Dash, Amo Water. And Koleam Babul Sukaranyata Marseto la Kala, Baluan in Tobato Pra, Dimbal Yanta Domala Mena. At the end of the day, Manakala relax lane. And most of this information is academic wall and indigo. Opposition political party lost strongholds. So take this information if you wish, and if you don't like it, just leave it. I am just a messenger. So this is obvious criminal tactics made by the criminal mind. Many ideal they are radicalist. Ila ideal advance every second. They don't have any aims and objective in life for a betterment of that country. But ila only target moment wala nyindego. Ila personal moment. Ila personal interest. And the moment it will say for enrich no nyame. To make sure that the government may allow opportunity to enrich their family. Will remain in power as long as it will not tactics or any criminal ideal ninta worked. So Dolbetara Sirila Aladulatola Bavlako Maka Yimem, it is practically impossible. I am very sure of that one. Well, I don't have a Wulia for it is analytic kinola. You are fine with that. You can criticize your smart boy at only Mr. Gramino. More intelligent guys all. You are very maybe intellect, intelligence, but I'll sell intelligence in use and all knowledge Alia put across all the political parties so like Kajibeko. Maka kumona for them. Take the positive part and leave the rest. So let's move to the Adam Barola la mafia la strategy sold. Even men play come. Good. So there are also been allegations that from the across the opposition political parties during the registration during the supplementary registration whatsoever for the registration during the supplementary registration. But we spoke about that one. It's not valid because it is almost the same information on the Mendial. And then the Slangen Kunjara is strong warning in the entire government political. Any statement for the Jang? It is not from me. It is from the Slangen Kunjara. Then we just saying that, you know. Slangen Kunjara information on the across the political parties. Nali may pay because of the omission of Mealanka deliberately about the list Mealanka populist Salma, any drastic measure in Tagono. IEC will deliberately take this action and then Iba makes sure lako namembe explain jambe kena. They will deliberately make another press release. And what will happen at the end of the day? IEC been determined with the High Court like criminal judge should to oversee this revising code. It been a mental amend in the code. Every Gambian voters card in be block on. Even you are a non-Gambian, but you still have the valid voters card. You are eligible to vote. There is no opposition political party who can deny that. Take this to the bank. IEC will make another press release cutting the Gambia on they are trying to solve some of the data error created during the publications. Iboke can deliberately political parties should focusing in focusing the word lado. And what will happen at the end of the revising code? Is clear. Everybody can see it. At the end of the day, if there's no any tangible evidence tendered from the, whether during the verification or the opposition political parties were unable to identify the location of an individual, claim they are not a citizen of that country but got registered. Ning opposition political party enough evidence in tender. What will happen? The same revising code and then plus the data omission of the IEC deliberately. What will be the final decision from the Supreme Court, like Judge Solo, the criminal every eligible Gambian got a valid voters card, are eligible to vote during the 2026 presidential election. That will automatically give the IEC to empower Adama Barrow and have a landslide no matter what happened. Even the coalition against Adama Barrow. If that happened, it is direct winning for NPP. I am telling you. So let's go to Keba Maliboja. This is another Keba Maliboja. Keba Maliboja became a threat to Adama Barrow NPP. Adama Barrow began to be a Keba Maliboja Hitler with a passions. I'm telling you, the indigenous Kombonkers, the Bojangs, Keba Maliboja is a veteran politician in the Gambia. Aliyala Almalo, 2021 presidential election or MPP la Molia na kebab mari boja ye impact mendila in Greater Kombo like Sukuta, Brufut, and other surroundings. Kebab mari Bojang was able to convince thousands of Kombongas, many of them voted Adama Barrow and Ibrahim Silla. They did a tremendous job in Kombo. Kajiko, they vote for Adama Barrow. This division with NPP and then the greater Kombos, the Kombo call. Yalon the strategy member Gambia, Kombo call me and this is not about politics. But remember Kombo call the Kombo, it'll like a mansa in Alajibi. After every presidential election, Kate Kondoka Kumasi na Mentole, Janjambore, the smallest areas. Near some 300 and 400. Yabona water base, ya Janjon and landing older, Yana Janjon and Lad. But if the greater Kombo, the West Coast, and the greater Banjul area, a common for tens of thousands vote like a boy, every polling station, meaning the Kombo. Wala mu kimme ka solde san ko mun ko la fasu mansa le soto mem ko la men je dabo ale gunjur la founding father so la ne wol lon di gunjur touré la jeten dabo ndema jeba perfect ñinna mu gunjur la founding father solde in Kombo gunjur ale gunjur lon gunjur is one of the biggest town with the southern peoples, Mbidang, let's speak well, ma. Ninat na Sanyan na founding father soul. Nitata Bojang, the son. Do Bojang another family members all, Ballet control. Inata Brufut, and in Brikama. This Bojang will move family kilometer at 2 jere. Alajibede. Inata 2 resolution. Ye jamme soto kono. You see? So nyune moldi meni alango wole mu kombola founding father solte kata bakawla bojang la kan ke bon bojang dindi mansa saluto ema mansa dingole moti so common call sa felisila yela president candidate so yole tombo and that is Lamin J Dabo justice Dabo saluto ema Yena Morocco degi Yekeba Madison Bojan sort a fraction of Melanka butter NPP lekono. So these Keba Madi Boja and the crew are making a very great impact in Kombo. Now you tell the opposition political party so I thought about it. Common call are ready. Pro Medana would ladder. Common call. I'll in support UMC. Mal make like the UMC mal found a more. So Keba Maribojang is almost anama balola rada lekono. A surveillance camera feel like Keba Maribojang yema. And they deliberately made a conclusion with the NIA's like top brass, including the director DG Sow. He's a crook. Governing DG Sow Talata in 2017-18 when the Gambian Kajiko, I hate that man with passion. But what happened between TRRC and Lota? Everybody says that Mark was talking about this. Chilandin Kunjaro, in fact, was speaking about this. So, Keba Madi is part of the targets. And Keba Madi need to be very vigilant and other surrounding, including the Lamin J Dabo. At the recent political rallies, the number of people been bumped into the party that rallying into. I don't know about the MPP and the mafia that is shaking it. The only thing that they can do, one in Indico, Keba Madi like former friends, me alanko, you have no MPP like no. I don't know about the mono, they are determined at their utmost best. Can make sure Keba Madi Bojeba put la into trouble. Either la surrounding wala la family member wala la close associate many alonko. It be only use la to can make sure if the fendable and the local ka associated with the money laundering wale droko implant ala area nyinkono wala la close associated wale use like a name cake wa our life could be in danger. So I think information on the kuma satale. So I think information on that. So keba mari boja common call ala keba mari boja ala protect. But it's a make sure the UMC back up. We need a greater power from Kombo, you know. Opposition political parties all. So the third one we can do, well, and the government should join hand with the civil society. Adama Barola must an opposition political party to challenge Adama Barola government. The criminal judges or the chief justice me alanko ikanaika tombo. The mafia group will many alanko Adama Mole Kaneke tombo many alanko Yanta Sila revising code, including Albe killing lale, not only can remain Gambia the Mala Supreme Court, but I'll be that ECOWAS court to killing these criminals, including Adam Barola, this newly Chief Justice me alanko ya select illegally. Abe kukela la banko de onoka o banko ko Adam Barola mazakunda abe kukela la. Nalama in challenge. I'll be regretted for the rest of your life. This man is well educated. He's very competent. But I mean karang America. Aladuku intaduku big America. In fact, there are some high profile cases handled in America. Those living in America will attest to this. But the Jumala de Mundi, Namadi Alicalo of Laticona, only the Mundi, but more Jamale application on Yindi, may Alanko, based on Adam Baronala Molo, Undanyang, Mealanko is a close associate to Undanyang, Undanyang in a family through the recommendation of Undanyang, another associate, whereat this man Yenta has appointed as a Chief Justice. Gambianoli, Ikale Pare, to prepare to condemn Adam Barolani illegal appointment of the Chief Justice and other group or mafia group or even about word to ECOWAS called Natalia killing ye. Kajabo is totally unconstitutional. But Gambianoli knew we kele. Gambia Bar Association ya condemn. But Adam Barola Masakunda will deliberately attempt to retain the guy. Gambianola tension on Yinjibe. For a bit lajele fat laje. But the man has no clue. And then man do Gambia Bar Association. He has zero idea about the Gambia laws, neither to become a Chief Justice. And to become a Chief Justice, in the Gambia serve at the minimum of 10 years. One hand down about found doesn't deserve to be a Chief Justice Minister. So Nalabaro Lado, the First Lady Fatoumata Baro, and then President Barola younger sister, Koreka Jalo, are the one behind Mama Jabbi insult toward Honorable Lawyer Dabo and some member of our Islamic leaders like Imam Fati. They have a reason behind this. But Slanen Kunjaro e mendi na wala nyindiko. Ning Mama Jabbi continuator. Kanyi nanyim Islamic nyatonko like Imam Fati and Co. Kene, including Honorable Lawyer Dabo. We are going to reveal a very terrible revelation pertaining to the First Lady and in fact Adam Barola's sister. If you remember, I remember where but even Akatano, Afrasound at supplement. Afrasound. The man can Afrasound out loud. We will be able to narrate every details here. So Allah for echo. Mama Jabbi ye fata nyuna. But ya kedali do men kamola nyindiko. Adam Barola Mansakunda is determined to create any violence well before the presidential election. Abe kosla nyamento. Either Mama Jabbi will be kosla by insulting the Islamic leaders. Ibala ko will be protest and there will be a violence. Yalana Islamic leaders will need parita puruka far. They will die because ye faith men soto. Ibala ko far koma fenti ye. Ani believe ta kwela dunia ya beke bara kenno la kama. So fabuka muli nyakoro kule. Jika jawdro na kasila sayala. Mumin jika kurumo. Nasa zada ya jibe. Jika jaw. Mungani ya sunkanding. Mungani ya jaw. Mume yalanko they did tremendously ka hadama dingol take toradro. Ni saya o matumo na ka jomolile. Hana kula na ka jomolile. Ake muna be saya koma. Kabirin to la dinding ka muna mo saya koma la dimimo. Aljana la jahannama muna ba koma. But this recently, so Ning Arabara Masakunda continues to provoke our Islamic leader. They deliberately, and there will be another provocation. They can even create war or civil unrest well before the presidential election. Can make sure tension is created in the Gambia. Alamabaro nala criminal ye kali kajeko. This coming presidential election, Hanata be water costly in the Gambia. He will even prefer. Arambaro Munafaje. Arambaro determined to hire a foreign soldiers, rescue carbon the Gambia, then I bankoni hand over even Hanata be violence living create within the Gambia than manual tema. Arambaro is determined to do that rather than to be voted out by this coming presidential election. Adam Barrow, another criminal, ye IEC commandile, ye threatened to the highest degree. Kajeko, they should make sure that no matter what happens from the revision court or revising court, no matter what happened from this omission of the list of the preparation court, Yajeko, the Adam Barrow Masakuna Tanilako, another Jojo men select, and those many along without revising court in seal, they will actually act on in favor of Atela plan and IEC Menkeka determine the fake non-existent Gambian many registered and the non-polling station on many registered Gambia corner will be remain intact toward 2026 presidential election. I don't know about prefer to either die or hand over the country to somebody than the opposition party to put him out. And whenever that happens now, I don't know only prayers that there will be no coalition in that country. He will celebrate it because he has succeeded by implementing a fake list into the IEC data. They are going to rely on that one toward this presidential election. Also, the man solo alata. The Muslim Kunjarod. Na information on Kadile for the public consumption. Alter opposition political parties I'll left and yadam kanyin na udlada. I'll diamunyo kamba. I'll strategy play. Because NACPP will be registered in 2021 presidential election. And on Nal Shanta, Nal of the strategy, dear Lafana. Listen, you know why I'm Kajare? Wallahi, Gamenol, even the viewers. The people that I used to communicate with them, the people close to Anamabarola Power Corridor, the people that mingle daily basis with Anamabarola criminals, the people who always sat down and listened to their criminal activities. My brother, it won't be I make sure yela page o yele yika information o boni na maza kuna ika diamala The number of people will contact you, you will be even surprised. The number of government officials will contact you, you will even surprise. The number of even government officials on the civil, on the foreign services, but they feel like, oh, this is not the system, even though the foreign service they will contact you because of Adambarola Mazakunda taxing later toward this registration. And most of those people, they tax them to the highest degree. Everybody among them will go back to their regional economy ila community to do the campaign for Adambaro by and force before this presidential election. 90% information is 100% correct. But wallahi, I swear, 75 points, at least 75% are tangible evidences, are correct information from the Adama Baronala Mafia group. You either take it. The last 15 on Nelson Daliata, Nalamanson Aliatuji. The last 25 rather percent on Aliatuji. Alson Dalimata Alatuji. And Adama Barola Masakunda is willing to pay millions of dollars to this. Either it can be far, Kajiko is a small opposition political parties. The one thing Adambarola Masakunda na mafia need the IEC mentanila wala woteko. Hanata de be Magdana ko samangana political party lole. Infinita ko Adambarola indoors, who is an added advantage of their criminal activities you mentioned because it ended them mala individually. Ibarola ko Magdana na NSGWP indoors Adamabaro. Iko keda lilo men kama wala nyindiko. Danko de yafoko the number of political party endorse NPP based on the non-existent registered list of many years so they are inside IEC la public data ninkono. It be capitalized la wala ka. Kajoko yes Adamabaro won with 5 other opposition political parties in Minneala MPP endorse. As long as you call yourself a political party, it's an added advantage of endorsement Adamabaro by earning millions of dollars at the expense of the poor taxpayers' money. Better knowledge and opposition political parties all. Nelson Tanyana, Alata, Nalimansola, Alatuji. This is from the highest office of Sulanin Kunyaro in the heart of Berlin. Melanale Janatabi, Menyoma Kodake. Sulanin Kunyaro makes sure that Slankana regularly because of the election in Yalakanara, and Umba makes sure to expose very terrible information for the meantime. Umba makes sure to expose Adama Barola Mansakundala taxisol if may use toward this 2026 presidential election. Ngamole ko Adama Barola Mansakunda ko silang. They are preparing to approach the German embassy. This is Bundesrepublik of Deutschland. The data is protected. Kajeko, Ndekamen for Adama. Adama Masakunda. None what I found because but in the Diamond because maybe more for reality for the meantime. So I'll be control. Shannon Kujaro will now have a continent from now on to Adama Barola Masakunda ka expose on daily basis. And opposition political party soul. Nakumuno Aliata Almata. This is the sad reality in that country. Also Dalmason at the end of the day. Abena Kila Kotake. Yes, Shannon Kujaro. Imagine. You list on a memfal in Ankabe Kila Laketa. Ngale tanna video dale kala biji wala kana ta jusho la Bawambe UMC the sale. You know, Momi Aranko they deny me in Kulo, the Bingology, be waving at the same list on in the IEC, the blah 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 blah. I spoke about this, then they were calling me Wulo. So now I'll make it a take the important part of my messages for your own benefit. Magjan is not surviving from the political handout. The information on Mandela, it is pertaining to the poor innocent Gambian of the future. Some Adulmeni, I intend to rule those people. I am helping you, Kajiko, the criminals at that highest office. I'll hear boot out for the benefit of those poor people. Saludo Albema, respect your body. Surrounding Kunjaro office.